This is a sports catastrophe production. Hey there, hello there. It's Jeff Cutter. I would welcome you to another sports catastrophe birthday boy. And today's birthday boy is one that I really hated for many years until Portugal got knocked out of the World Cup in 2018. More on that later. But anyway, his name is Cristiano Ronaldo. But under Portuguese naming conventions, his name is actually Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro, because his maternal family name is Dos Santos and his second paternal name is Aveiro. But anyway, he is 36 today. February 5th, 1985, he was born. So he's 2 months and 4 days older than I am. He plays for Juventus and is captain of the Portuguese national team. Often considered the best player in the world and one of the best players of all time, he's won 5 Ballon d'Or awards, aka best soccer player in the world, 4 European Golden Shoes for his scoring exploits, and he's won 31 major trophies, 7 league titles, 5 Champions Leagues, 1 Euro, 1 Nations League, and a partridge in a pear tree, if you must know. Ronaldo has the most goals and assists in the history of the UEFA's Champions League. He's one of the few recorded players to make 1,000 career appearances professionally and has scored over 770 goals for both club and country. He is the second person to score 100 international goals and the first European man to achieve the feat. I forget who the guy from Saudi Arabia, I think, is the first one. I would say Pele, but I don't think Pele scored 100 times for Brazil. So anyway, born and raised in Madeira, Ronaldo played his senior club playing for Sporting before at age 18 being signed from the Portuguese league squad to Manchester United, my team. He won the FA Cup in his first season. He helped Man U win 3 straight Premier League titles, the Champions League, and the FIFA Club World Cup. At age 23, he won his first Ballon d'Or. So that means that was in 2008 when we had the title. So anyway, Ronaldo was fine and all that. However, in 2009, he was the subject of the most expensive football transfer ever when he signed for Real Madrid and from Man U, when transfer worth over 94 million euros. With Real, he got 15 trophies, 2 La Liga titles, 2 Copa del Rey, that's the Spanish Cup, I think, 4 Champions League titles, and it's the all-time top goal scorer, beating Puskás and Di Stefano. And that's no mean feat. After joining Real, he ended up being runner-up for the Ballon d'Or 3 times behind his career rival Lionel Messi. After winning a 3rd straight Champions League title in 2018, he won the trophy for the 5th time. That was the first player to ever do that. And then, oddly enough, after that, I guess he wanted a challenge, so he signed with Juventus in a transfer worth 100 million euros, the highest fee paid by an Italian club, and the highest ever paid for a player over 30 years old. However, he's won the Serie A title both years he's been in the club. Of course, he's still playing this year, but there haven't been any trophies. Ronaldo made his international debut for Portugal at age 18 in 2003 and has had 170 caps. He scored in 10 major tournaments. He's the all-time goal scorer for Portugal and the most capped. He was named captain of the national team in 2008 and has been holding on for more than 12 years, which is amazing. He is the highest paid athlete by Forbes, and basically he's earned $1 billion in his career. It's an influential record. I'm not going to get too much into things, but basically he played 25 games for Sporting in 02 and 03, scoring 3 goals, and then that's when Man U snapped him up. From 2003 to 2009, he appeared 196 times for Man U, scoring 84 times. And then from 2009 to 2018, with Real, he got 311 goals in 292 games, more than a goal a game, if you will. And Juventus, right now, he's got 67 goals in 80 games. Of course, the season's ongoing, so and with national team, he scored 102 goals in 170 games. It was amazing how good he was and all that. Giving all those titles and all that to Real Madrid. Giving him another, you know, renaissance and all that. So he's one of the best around. Of course, Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo partnered because they would always be fighting each other off because they're two great young players. And if Portugal and Argentina had won their first knockout stage games in 2018 at the World Cup in Russia, then they would have met in the quarterfinals. But they both lost. Cristiano Ronaldo has 4 children. He was father to son Cristiano Jr., who was born in 2010. His full custody of the child and didn't reveal the identity of the mother because of the agreement with her. But then it was released in 2015 that Ronaldo had a relationship with a Russian model, Irina Shayk, and that's probably Cristiano Jr.'s her father. And then CR7 was father to twins, Eva and Mateo, born in 2017. He's in a relationship with a Spanish model, Georgina Rodriguez, who then gave birth to another daughter, Elena Martina. CR7's father died of alcoholism in 2005. And basically, he doesn't drink alcohol, mostly because of that thing happening. All that. He also doesn't have any tattoos on his body because he donates blood and bone marrow, and you can't really have tattoos when you do that. His mother had breast cancer, but has recovered. And CR7 was positive for COVID-19 being asymptomatic, meaning no symptoms, but he recovered in more than 2 weeks. So yeah, so CR7 had some issues. Someone has accused him of rape in Las Vegas, but basically the lack of evidence means that the court case wouldn't move forward. So yeah, so it's amazing. But there's another side to CR7 that has pissed me right off. Now, as many of you should know, or have known, I am an England supporter for soccer. After all, Diamond is English. So basically, I've fallen in love with the English national team since 2005, basically, when I'm a full-fledged fan. And basically, watching the 2006 World Cup, England was very catastrophic, if all that. I mean, they had to use a late goal to beat Trinidad and Tobago. Are you nuts? I mean, Sweden gave them a hard time. I forgot. Was it Colombia or Paraguay? I think it was Paraguay that England faced in the first game. But anyway, England didn't play like they wanted it. England beat I think England beat Colombia in the first knockout game with a backup goal. But then England would face Portugal in the quarterfinals of the World Cup. It was amazing. It was a famous day. July 1st, 2006. I remember that well. It was Canada Day. No, I was just a naive 21-year-old. I was in a friendly rivalry with my brother. Well, when I moved to Kitchener in 2004, I moved in with my brother. My brother doesn't live in Kitchener anymore. He lives in Mississauga. But anyway, while Edward was still here, he'd been good buddies with a couple of people by the name of Mike and Amy Kappa. Now, of course, Mike is part Portuguese because his parents came over from Portugal. But anyway, Mike and Amy and all that. And they had a kid. Their first kid was Jordan, who was born in 2001. So he was 5 at the time. And, he was knowing about Portugal and all that. And Mike just came off the birth of his second son, Brady, who's now 14, headed to 15 in June, if memory serves me right. So yeah, so basically, we were going back and forth with England versus Portugal and all that. I watched the game, and then, Portugal had a few players sent off in that that couldn't play for the team because they were sent off in that controversial match against Holland in the first group stage. So basically, it was tough beats. And then it happened. There was a fight in midfield. Rooney had accidentally squashed Ricardo Carvalho's testicles or something. Well, going for the ball, but he got him where it was. And basically, Rooney got red carded. However, the replays showed that basically the referee might have just given Rooney a yellow for his thing. But we see Cristiano Ronaldo come in and basically talk to the referee. And guess what? Rooney was booked, red card, he's off. He would miss the semifinal if England won that game. And then, stupidly, the freaking guy winked. And all that. Like, CR7 kind of winked at the camera, and I'm like, fuck, this guy, he plays with Rooney at Man U, and he just did that? Of course, England would lose on penalties, as England's prone to do. And Portugal would go on to lose the semifinal to France. Yeah, to France because Zizou got the penalty shot goal to beat Portugal. And just desserts for me, kind of in a way, because Germany beat Portugal 3-1, I think, or something like that for third place. So basically, yeah, we got Portugal back, kind of. Thank God for my second team, Germany. But basically, I had an England flag I put on my bicycle helmet when I went out biking. But basically, we were going to swap some England-Portugal flags and all that. So I went over to the Kappa's house in a bit of good sportsmanship because, you know, I didn't want to be a pain in the ass to the Portuguese community and myself. So we swapped stuff. And little did we know that CR7 would be big. I know it's hypocritical. I mean, CR7 plays for my club team, Manchester United. And basically, you know, they win the Champions League. And I was happy for CR7. But I fouled. After that day, July 1st, 2006, I fouled that my hatred for the Portuguese national team will not subside unless England does better in a tournament than Portugal, either Euro or the World Cup. That doesn't mean I'm going to hate on all Portuguese people. It's just the soccer team that would piss me off. So, basically, I kept my word for more than 12 years. 2008 Euro, Portugal qualified. England didn't qualify. So, obviously, I still had to hate Portugal. 2010 World Cup. Portugal did well. England kind of shit the bed. Well, after all, England had to face Germany in the first knockout game. And I knew we were going to lose. So, I didn't actually watch the game. But Germany won. Germany won 4-1. But the worst part about that was that there was supposed to be a Lampard goal that was clearly over the line that would have tied the game at 2 and all that. So I guess I jinxed them. I'll take fault with that. 2012 Euro, England sucked. They lost to Italy on penalty kicks. And I think it was the round of 16 or something like that, or quarterfinals. But I know Portugal moved on, I think, to the semis that year in 2012. 2014 World Cup, England didn't even get out of the group. So, obviously, you know, still had to hate Portugal. And worst of all, 2016, England, yes, they lost to Iceland in the first knockout game. That was bad enough. However, Portugal won the World Cup. I mean, not World Cup. Euro, 1-0 over France. I took a foul of silence that actually lasted 18 hours. Believe me. But in 2018, England went on their fancy run. They lost the third place game to Belgium, but I mean, like, they got to the semifinals, which shocked a lot of people. Some said that England tanked on purpose against Belgium in the group game because they knew that if they lost, they would have an easier path to maybe get to the final. But I doubt it. I mean, England could have fucked up that penalty kicks against Colombia. You know, Jaime Rodriguez was still hurt, but like they could have screwed it up because it's penalties. They could have been shocked by Sweden in the quarterfinals. And yeah, they lost to Croatia in the Final Four. But where's Portugal? Yes, Portugal sucked. Portugal lost their first knockout game. I was actually shocked. I was like, well, Portugal's easily going to win. They'll face Argentina. We'll see what happens in the semis. But no, they sucked. I believe Argentina. I think France. Yeah, France took Argentina out. I forgot who took Portugal out. I was thinking Belgium, but I'm probably wrong. But I don't know who took Portugal out. But nevertheless, when England won their first group game against Colombia on penalty, the first knockout game against Colombia on penalties, and Portugal lost, obviously, I had dropped my hatred of the Portuguese soccer team. And I did. I basically wrote something on Facebook saying how much my foul has ended, and I'm a man of my word. And I am a man of my word, somehow. So anyway, CR7 is one of the best soccer players of all time, bar none. And I think he's great. He's a champion. He's won a lot of Champions Leagues. You know, he's got a legend, their iconic status, and he's almost my age, kind of. Well, can't hate him for that. But still, that stupid wink caused a pure hatred towards me and CR7 for 12 years. Think about it. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.